Hello, I'm Robyn and I'm a festival assistant with 24/7 Theatre Festival in Manchester, and at the moment it's just the lead up to the festival. We've been in the office pretty much every day doing a few bits and bobs. I help out with organising things using emails, doing bits and bobs of documents, going on site and carrying things around, and just trying to be helpful in whatever way that I can. It was brilliant. A couple of months ago, I got the opportunity to join in with everybody else that I've met recently through the scheme and try and learn a little bit more about the arts, how to apply yourself to something new, because for me, I'm not from the arts world, so it's something really useful, and I think it's definitely the kind of thing that should be offered to everybody, whether they're leaving school or university, because I think it's such a brilliant kind of key core set of skills to have, so I couldn't recommend it more. It's been brilliant. On the placement and through PANDA, I suppose, trying to make myself clearer, trying to think about things more in advance, so a kind of pre-planning thing that is necessary to be useful in the office. A lot of the admin tasks need to be thought about in full. So I'd say a combination of using systems, organising things using online programs, and really just it's about organisation, because that helps with the kind of inevitable, unexpected element to the everyday. You know, if you plan it, then you can deal with what might go wrong. Ooh, to have fun with it. I'm quite notorious for maybe being a little bit too formal, and I think the arts itself is really about that enjoyment. Even if you don't quite know what you'd like to do with yourself later on, this would definitely help you develop some ideas one way or another. So don't be too worried if you're not 100% about what you want to do. I think every single one of us has said to each other at some point, if not every day, that we're not quite sure what we want to do, but that is absolutely fine. So as long as you've got energy and that you're excited about it and that you're keen to learn, that is the most important thing, I'd say.
Excellent, thank you.
I'm a visual artist, so I do a lot of film production, also do a lot of public installations and collaborative projects, specifically with young people and in sort of deprived areas as well, so a lot of community artwork and workshops. I really wanted to get a stronger network in Manchester, and that's something that I think I have gained from doing the training scheme as well, so that's really good. And just help my own professional development really, and help me sort of move forward with the things that I want to do. I thought it was great, absolutely fantastic. Met some fantastic people who I've sort of gone on to work with, which has been brilliant. And it was also something that helped me work out what area of the arts I wanted to work in, and specifically why I wanted to work in those areas, which I think has been important for me since the training session was finished. So yeah, it was really valuable to me. My main sort of roles have been to help produce the trailers for the plays, which has been absolutely fantastic. We've got to shoot in some really great locations, get a real sort of connection with writers and directors of some of the plays, and sort of after that we helped to edit those trailers, which were then shown at the media launch at the Comedy Store. So that up until now has been sort of my main responsibility. I've also been helping out a bit with social networking, and I'll be responsible for filming the whole festival when it's on in 20 days, which is very exciting. I think the highlight for me was definitely the media launch, because it was a chance that I got to see all the hard work we'd put into the trailers kind of come into fruition, which was great. And just to see everyone getting really, really excited about the festival and the extra events, and seeing that whole family that 24/7 creates, seeing that being put together, and you know, just it was a really, really lovely evening, and it got me really excited for the festival. I hope it got the people excited as well. So yeah, that's definitely been the. I'd say I've developed my sort of film production. Also learnt Avid, which is a new film software that I hadn't worked with before, so that's been great. And I'd say not necessarily a skill, but something that I found really useful has been making connections with other sort of like-minded creative people. That's definitely been a real benefit to me, I would say.
Hello, I'm Harry. As part of my Foot in the Door scheme placement, I've been the programming and production assistant in the office with 24/7. Yeah, so being in the office has involved helping to produce my own events, as well as supporting with the production of the festival, so that can be performing tasks as and when David and Annika and Ian or anyone else in the office needs some help. So most recently that involved going onto Dean's Gate and wearing a wig and handing out flyers as part of a social media promotion.
Brilliant.
I think it's definitely consolidated my impression of what I wanted to do in terms of festival production, and also in terms of arts events production. Yeah. So before the scheme, my experience with social media was fairly limited. So I have Facebook, but I use it very personally, and Twitter I've always struggled with in terms of using that as a personal social media. However, having done the placement, I think I understand how to use social media for promotion and for events better, and also just understand the social media better, and how to approach it, and the importance of coherence. I think the best was when we met with various producers from arts organisations in Manchester, because we got to speak with people that are possibly doing what we want to be doing in a couple of years' time, and also make connections with people that are either doing projects that we found inspiring or are working in fields that we're interested in. That'd be to do it. If you're thinking about doing it, then you're obviously interested in terms of the amount of support and training and workshopping that we've been able to do through the programme. It's definitely introduced me to ideas and also to ways of working that I hadn't considered before.
So could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm currently studying textiles and practice at Manchester Metropolitan University. I've just finished my first year and I'm hoping to go into curating afterwards.
Brilliant. Where did you hear about the Foot in the Door scheme?
I first heard about it on one of the Manchester Metropolitan placement groups on Facebook, and I thought it sounded quite interesting, so I thought I'd try and apply.
Excellent. So why did you apply? Like, what do you want to get out of the scheme?
It sounds like a great opportunity to get my foot in the door and start networking and meet new people in the creative industry, and hopefully add to my CV and help me later on.
Brilliant. So what did you think of the 2-week intensive training course?
I thought it was really helpful. I was really proud of myself for doing the speech. It was something that I never thought I'd ever do, so or I don't think anyone else in their lives will have had that opportunity either, so it's quite a big deal for me.
So what is your placement? What do you have to do? What job?
I've been given a bespoke PANDA placement, and I've been placed with the Manchester Craft and Design Centre to gain experience in curating, working in a kind of gallery setting. But mainly I'm going to be making a blog for the centre to help them with their marketing strategy.
Oh, brilliant.
Today we're packing away this exhibition in preparation for the new one that's going to come in a couple of weeks' time. So we're just kind of moving off the stage, doing condition checks in there. And so we have to compare the pieces to how they originally arrived. I write down notes to see if there's any damage to anything that's been displayed. So we're documenting basically. It's quite exciting for the end, like ending an exhibition in preparation for a new one.
Excellent. So who's going to be in the new exhibition?
The next exhibition is called Maker's Dozen, and it's going to be 6 M&B graduates who are collaborating with 6 other graduates or general people. And it's just, the pieces that they've created together, it's celebrating collaboration.